Hey, what is going on, everyone? In today's video, I want to talk about the new super anomalies that you'll come across in the new servers for Once Human. We'll cover what super anomalies are, where you might be able to find them, and of course, how to defeat them. If this video ends up helping you out, definitely drop a like down below to help support the channel, but without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing to know is that super anomalies are essentially types of enemies that require you to use a certain type of weapon or a certain type of effect in order to defeat them. There are four types of super anomalies currently in the game: void, balance, phase, and coherence. Now, each server will either have void and balance super anomalies or phase and coherent super anomalies. So they will be in pairs when you join a server, but there won't be something like void and coherence. Void is only with balance and phase is only with coherence. So I am in a void balance server. So what you can do is if you hit escape, go up to your scenario, go to season info, there is a new section here that says season tag. So this will tell you a little bit more information about the difficulty you're on. So I'm on difficulty hard here, but it also has information about the super anomalies that you can find on this server. So the server I'm on has void balance super anomalies, and you can see some more details about the void and balance ones right here. So void deviants or enemies will start with a shield that grants them immunity to most damage effects. So in order to countermeasure this, there is a Cradle override for anti-void that we'll take a look at in just a second. Also, you can counter it using unstable bomber damage or power surge damage. And then for the balance super anomalies, they will recover HP over time after taking damage, and you can counter it with an anti-balance Cradle override, which we'll take a look at in just a second, as well as burn damage and frost vortex. Now, down here, it has an override section with some more information about countermeasures, and this says shotguns and rifles will counter void, and sniper rifles and pistols will counter balance. So this is a little bit misleading because you would think that any sniper rifle or any pistol will counter balance, and any shotgun and any rifle will counter void just on their own, but you need to have the Cradle override set for those specific types of weapons in order for that to be effective. So let's take a look at the different Cradle overrides that we have here. So you have two for anti-void, you have one for shotguns and one for rifles, and then you also have two for anti-balance, so you have one for sniper rifles and you have one for pistols. So if I were to have a shotgun, let's just say this is a shotgun that is not unstable bomber, it doesn't have unstable bomber damage, and it doesn't have power surge damage. As long as I have this Cradle override equipped for anti-void shotgun, I will still be able to damage the shields of the void super anomalies. So the same goes exactly for the sniper rifles and for the pistols. Basically, as long as you have this Cradle override set, you will be able to damage those specific super anomalies with that specific weapon type. So when you take a look at the override section here again, basically, when it says shotguns and rifles can counter the super anomaly void, that's because you need to have the Cradle override set for either the shotgun or the rifle that you're using in order to counter the void super anomaly. Now, for sniper rifles and pistols, it's the same story, so you need to have the Cradle override set for a sniper rifle or a pistol in order to damage the balanced super anomalies. You will also see that each server will have specific items that will be available in the wish machine at some point during one of the season phases. So for void balance servers, we have the Jaws weapon right here, which for some reason it's not showing properly. There we go. And then we also have this Shaman Vulture Top. So you can see both of these are unstable bomber effects for these specific items. So that will help you against the void super anomalies here. And then I am on a void balance server, like I mentioned, but taking a look at another server here that has the phase and coherent super anomalies, you can see that for the phase super anomalies, they have high damage reduction and that you need to use the anti-phase Cradle override for the SMGs and sniper rifles, or shrapnel damage, or damage while in the Fortress Warfare state. And then you have the Coherence Super Anomalies. So these ones are a little different. They carry a Coherence device, and while the device is intact, the Coherence deviants are invincible. So you need to destroy the device before you're actually able to damage the enemy. And in order to do that, you need to either use the Cradle override for anti-coherence, which you can use on pistols and crossbows, bounce damage, damage while in the fast gunner state, or the target takes damage when affected by bullseye. And then you can see for the phase coherence servers, these two items will be available at some point during the season phases in the wish machine. So you have the MG4 Predator, which is a fast gunner weapon, as well as the Oasis Mask, which is also a fast gunner armor piece. So that will help you against the super anomalies that are coherence. Now, regarding where you're able to actually find these super anomalies, I have found actually morphic crates that are super anomalies in these kind of starter areas here. So Dayton Wetlands and Broken Delta. But as you get to higher level areas, and unfortunately we're just in phase 1 right now, so the highest level area I can get to is Iron River, you will actually see elite enemies that can also be super anomalies. And you can even use a map like Map Genie to see all of the elite enemy spawns, and I believe every time they spawn they have a chance to be a super anomaly. At least from my testing, that seems like that's how it works. So you can go to this map if you would like to. I'll link it down in the description below, and you can toggle on the elite icons right here to see where all of them spawn. And then I imagine as the map expands as well, when we get to Chalk Peak and Red Sands and the Blackheart region, there's just going to be probably more super anomalies that we'll have to deal with, and they'll be a lot more difficult. But that's what I have found so far. Apparently also you can find them in silos, so I haven't actually found one yet in a silo. I've done a few runs of this one, but from what I've heard in the world chat here as well as our Discord community is that you can also find super anomalies in silos across the map. Also, when you find a super anomaly, you'll be able to see kind of on its health bar what type of super anomaly it is. It'll also be kind of a different color to kind of indicate that it's a super anomaly. And then also something interesting that I found is that when you are damaging the shield of a super anomaly, that's when you actually need to use the proper effects and the proper Cradle override in order to actually get rid of that shield. But once the shield is gone, when you get to the regular health bar, you can use anything in order to damage its health. So just something interesting that I noticed. So you really just need those specific effects and Cradle overrides to break the shield of these super anomalies. So in a nutshell, you need to use specific types of damage to defeat specific types of super anomalies, or you need to use Cradle overrides for specific types of weapons in order to defeat those super anomalies. And you can also look at the server list here, and you can see all the new servers for Manibus and Evolution's Call. These novice ones here are the ones that the game launched with, so these don't have any super anomalies, but these ones down here do. And you can click through each one, and you can see on the right side what difficulty that server is going to be, as well as the different types of super anomalies that are available. And you can click the scenario and seasonal details down here, go to the season tag section, which is the same section that you can access within the server, and you can get a little bit more details about the super anomalies here, as well as everything else, so that you can just properly kind of prepare yourself mentally for like which server you actually want to go ahead and join. And that's basically it when it comes to super anomalies. You basically just need to decide what types of weapons you like to use, because you'll be able to set a Cradle override for those types of weapons, and also what just types of damage do you like to use, and then that will help you decide which server to join based on their super anomalies. And that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope that this video helped shed some light on the super anomalies and how they work. And if you did enjoy the video, definitely be sure to drop a like and subscribe down below. And feel free to join our Discord community as well. We've got a growing Discord community over there with a ton of great people. So I highly recommend you join. Feel free to join in the link down in the description below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.